Hi and welcome to Polly Puts the Colour On. In this video I'm going to be sharing everything that I'm hoping to get coloured in the month of December. As you can see, I have got quite a few books. There's a few buddy colours, and then I've basically just picked out all of my wintry Christmas books, and I'm hoping to get at least one page done in those. So let me just get everything kind of moved out of the way and we can get started with this monster of a book to start with. So I bought this book a month or two ago now, off Vinted. Saw it originally on, there was a couple of people's channels actually. I think Colouring Bumblebee and also Zufira Art has got this, and the buddy colour that I've got is actually with Zufira Art. Now I still haven't tackled the partly coloured page, which for some reason in my head I was convinced that this was the page that I was doing as the buddy colour, but it isn't. It's this one. So it's a good job that Vera got in touch with me and went, "Are you sure you've got the right page?" I was like, "Oh yeah." And you know what? Looked at my planner and I have written down it's the second page, which is obviously this page, but yeah, I don't know. My memory at the minute isn't the best. So I'm thinking, I mean, I've not coloured in this book all. I'm hoping the paper's going to take kind of Inktense, because that's what I'm thinking for at least the tree part, that I'll use Inktense pencils. Don't know what all that, I think I'll colour the rest with pencil. Not too sure what brand yet, possibly Prismacolors, or I don't know, because there is some little details. Maybe I might use my Black Widows for a change. Don't know, but it'll be pencils anyway that I use on the rest, and maybe chalk pastel in the background. Still not sure actually if I'm going to do the background. I think I probably will. I think I probably will do it as completely coloured. I think it would be nice to have the sky done as well. I mean, I might even use acrylic pen and just black out the background. I don't know, not too sure on a colour scheme yet. As you can see, it's, you know, it's one of those months. I think November, December, we'll end up quite busy with, you know, work, Christmas coming up, lots of things to do. Never seems enough hours in the day, does there? So yeah, no idea on a colour scheme. I'll probably have a look through my colour palette book and see if I can find a nice colour palette to help me tackle this page, I think. But I'm looking forward to doing it because it is a bit different and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, that is a buddy colour with the wonderful Zufira Art. Any channel I mention, I will obviously link it down in the description below. And then another buddy colour that I've got, which I think there might still be a couple of people doing this. It's definitely my Colouring Nook, and I think there's another person whose name eludes me. We buddied on, I think it was this page we did as a buddy in October. So that it was suggested, "Oh, do we do one in November?" And I was like, "Sounds lovely, but I don't know. I don't think I'll have time in November, but December sounds fabulous." So we settled on this cosy fireside kind of picture, which I think would be a lot of fun. As you can see, I've obviously already got the character done. Alcohol markers I found worked really nicely on the other couple of pages that I've done in this book. So I'll definitely use my alcohol markers again, which will obviously speed it up. I'll probably pick a colour palette, being as there is a lot of elements going on here. But I might try and use like a Christmassy kind of palette, because I think that might look sweet. Like they're getting comfy, cozy. Maybe it's after Christmas. I don't know. We'll see. But I do love that little cat with the little bow tie on. It's just so sweet. But yeah, there's a lot of elements. So I think a colour palette would be useful for this page. But it'll be lovely to get another page done in this. So this is possibly one, I mean, I may tackle on a live stream. Maybe not as well with it being detailed. We'll see on that. But yeah, looking forward to that one. That should be a lot of fun. And yeah, it's just great to have a book by Lulu Mayo. I think I forgot to mention that actually. This is Lulu's House of Wonder by Lulu Mayo, because it's single-sided, but it is still her, you know, it is still her usual art style, just very slightly bigger book and single-sided. It's lovely that you can just use whatever you want to, including obviously alcohol markers. Just noticed as well that little one there's got little wings. That's really cute, isn't it? And then the little ghosty. So yeah, I might try and make it slightly Christmassy with the colour scheme, but we'll see how that one goes. And then I've got another buddy colour, which this is going to be in Hannah Carlson's Daydreams. Now, I've not actually coloured very many pages at all in this book. I think I may have only done, I think it's that one. Don't think, oh, and right at the start as well, done the title page, but I think that's it. Which is a shame because I do absolutely love some of the illustrations in here. Like I love that one with the crystals. There's some really gorgeous pictures, but yeah, just too many books, not enough hours in the day. So the page that I'm doing with my buddy is the butterfly page. So I'm thinking, because it's quite detailed, I might well just pick out maybe a few gel pens, water-based markers, pick a colour palette, just pick a few of them, and then tackle the page that way. Maybe add a bit of a background. I may even play with oil pastels, to be fair, in the background, and just have a bit of a play with something, because there is the space, and it would be nice. And not got to worry obviously about oil pastels going through, because I do quite like this illustration in the back. It is quite pretty. Excuse me. So yeah, I think water-based markers, gel pens, I think, for the actual butterfly. And yeah, I might have a play with oil pastels or something in the background. Have a bit of a play, or a watercolour background, I don't know, but not used my oil pastels in a while, so I think that might be fun. So this is a buddy colour with Mistral Amets. Apologies, don't obviously know how to pronounce your Instagram name, but very much looking forward to doing a page with a new buddy. So that's Hannah Carlson's Daydreams. It'll be lovely to get another page done in that. And it's nice that I've got a few pages that aren't too Christmassy as well. But now we are getting on to the ones that are very much more Christmassy. So we've got Johanna Basford, Johanna's Christmas here. I've had this book for quite a few years now, and I do always try and get at least one page done a year. Sometimes I have done, like last year, I think the only page I did was this one. Used alcohol markers, a couple of gel pens. I'm really pleased actually with how that one turned out. It was quite quick to do, but it was a lot of fun. Another year I did a double page spread, so I'm slowly getting through this book, but I'm not in any rush to finish it, because I wouldn't want to buy a second copy, but I do love having a book that I know, right, December I can get a page done in. So I've got a buddy colour here with, again, another new buddy. This is Shan's Way over on Instagram. So we've got a colour palette picked out for me, actually. It was quite fun. We use random number generators. So I've got a colour palette. So I'll just need to pick out some colours that obviously match the colour palette, and then I can have a go at tackling this page. And with it being single-sided, I might use alcohol markers possibly. If I can find some alcohol markers that kind of match closely with the colour palette that was kind of picked by the random number generator anyway, maybe use those, and then, I don't know, some watercolour, or I don't know, fancy having a bit of a play, adding a bit of sparkle and shimmer to this, but we'll see how I approach it. But there is quite a few little fiddly details as well, isn't there, with the little robin, not a ribbon, goodness me, words. So yeah, I don't know, might use alcohol marker for a little bit of it, but yeah, it probably end up having to pick some pencils to match the colour palette as well. But looking forward to doing that, because this is one page I've looked at quite a few years and gone, oh, I'll do this snow globe, and then I've just never got round to it. So it would be nice to get that one done this year. So with it being a buddy colour, that'll hopefully definitely happen. And like I say, I've got a colour palette, so that hopefully will make that maybe a little bit trickier, because it's been picked at random, but it is quite a pretty colour palette, which I think will work really, really nicely for this page. So yeah, looking forward to getting that done. So then we're on to other books that are kind of Christmassy and or uncoloured books, like new additions to the collection. So the first one out of these is the Sweet Moments one, which is a Diane Dufour kind of compilation one. It seems to have some of the Furballs one pages and some of the teddy bear pages in as well. So there is kind of also the seasonal aspect to it. So gave it over to my daughter, said, right, have a look through, pick a Christmassy page for me. I half expected her to pick this one, to be honest, with having the sleeping cats, but the one that my daughter settled on was this cute one with the bear making the snow bear. So with it being single-sided, I think I'll probably have a go with alcohol markers. and see how they work on this paper. Feels quite nice, so I'm hoping that will work. Probably won't use them on the snow part. I know I've got some nice glittery watercolour paints that I might try on the snow. So yeah, I might use a few different mediums, but definitely I'm going to use some alcohol markers for at least parts of it. And then yeah, a bit of sparkle for the snow. Don't know quite what to do for the mountains, whether to make them snowy or green, or I don't know. Have a play and see how that comes together, but really looking forward to getting into this book. So I've ummed and ahed for the last kind of year or so. I'm like, do I get a Diane Dufour book? The Furballs one looks really cute. The teddy bear one looks really cute. And I thought, if I buy one, I'll end up having to buy the other because, that's how I am. And I thought, there's just not enough hours in the day. So I was really, really pleased to see compilation one that is also single-sided. So if I want to use alcohol markers, I can. Obviously don't have to, but it's nice to have the option. And then at least if you've had to play with watercolours or, water-based markers, and you haven't got to worry about things bleeding through, have you? That's the kind of the main thing with single-sided books. So yeah, hoping to at least get that one done. Possibly another page, we'll see, because I do really like that one. I think that's really adorable. But yeah, I mean, this is possibly, again, one that could be done on a live stream in December, perhaps, if I do use alcohol markers, but we'll see. So yeah, that was Sweet Moments by Diane Dufour. So that'd be nice to get an uncoloured book coloured in. And then another uncoloured one, which is one that I got off Vinted in the summer. And then obviously I thought, well, I'll wait until winter to colour in it. It's the Rita Berman winter book. And the page that, again, handed it over to my daughter. There is a couple of, I think there's only one actually in here that was started by the previous owner. So they've done all the Northern Lights there, but not the other side. So at some point I would like to come and finish this off. But yeah, I handed it to my daughter and went, pick a page, don't mind what. So she's picked out this present page actually, which surprised me. Again, out of all the pages that I thought she'd pick, that's not the one that I thought I thought, to be honest, she'd maybe go for like the penguin or something, but she's picked this one out, which I think would be quite nice for December actually, because I could just do one present a night, and kind of do it alongside some other pages. So this should be quite fun. Probably pick a colour scheme or a couple of colour schemes, a couple of colour palettes, and maybe use one colour palette for, half of the presents and another colour palette for the other half, perhaps. Might use my Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils maybe in this, or my Black Widows. But yeah, it'll definitely be pencil. A little bit of glitter probably on the stars and like the snowflakes and things. But yeah, looking forward to doing that. That is not a page I would have picked out, which is kind of the good thing sometimes when I hand it to my daughter and she picks a page. She sometimes surprises me on the one she picks, and yeah, she's done that this time. And I think it'd be a fun project to chip away over the month of December, kind of like a bit like an advent as such. So that's the Winter Book by Rita Berman. So then we've got the Cute and Cozy Christmas colouring book by Harry Alexander. As you can see, it was a bargain price of just £4 from a shop called The Works here in the UK. I will obviously link as many books as I can down in the description as well. There will be Amazon affiliate links, but they won't cost you anything extra if you purchase that way. So again, handed it to my daughter. I was kind of hoping this was the page she was going to pick out, and yes, it was the page that she picked out. In my head, I'm seeing a red car, obviously green tree, probably a red ribbon to be honest, and then glitter gel pens for the baubles. So I think this page will probably be relatively quick to do. Again, this possibly might be one that gets done on a live stream in December. So if you're not already aware, I do live streams usually every Monday. I mean, perhaps around the festive period I might change that, or maybe skip a week, but we'll see what I'm doing. I've no idea that far ahead, but yeah, generally every Monday evening, 8 o'clock UK time, I stream. And obviously if you can't catch it live, obviously it's always there on the channel for you to watch back afterwards, put me on in the background and have me randomly chatting. So yeah, I think that might be a nice one to do on live stream, because yeah, I've got in my head what colours I want to do and a nice bit of sparkle. to kind of finish it off. So I think that'll be a fun one to do. And again, this is an uncoloured book because, you know, it's Christmas. Even though I bought it a month or so ago, obviously wanted to save it for December. So there are some pages in here that are a bit simpler, but some of them are surprisingly detailed for a cute and cozy book. I think it's definitely my most detailed cute and cozy book that I've got, I would say. I do really like that one as well, though. I think that's really cute. So yeah, hopefully I'll at least get that page done in this book in December, because I mean, possibly January I may do a page, but, you know, then that'll be done in it, you know, until next kind of Christmas time. So then we've got Cozy Cuties by Coco Wyo. And I said to my daughter, I'm going to have a look through and kind of tag all of the Christmassy pages in a couple of my cute and cozy books. And she's like, there can't be that many. I was like, well, I don't know, because in Comfy Days, there is actually a surprising amount, which I'll show you in a second. Cozy Cuties, for some reason, I'd got in my head there was quite a few Christmassy pages, but there actually isn't. This was the main Christmassy page that I found in here, and it's actually the very last page. It's so cute, isn't it? The puppy making a little snow puppy. So yeah, this will be alcohol markers again, possibly an option for a live stream. Yeah, I just think this is just so cute. And then there's the little bird there as well, and it's just adorable, isn't it? So yeah, I'm trying to work out actually, is that a penguin or is it just a bird? Because he's not in. Is he in the main list of characters at the front? Yeah, so I've coloured him as like a little yellow chick. So yeah, I'll stick with him being yellow there. Have written down all the colours that I've used so far for the characters in the front, so that I can use those colours again. So yeah, I'll already got the colours for the puppy and the bird. Everything else probably won't take too long. Again, might get out some sparkly paint for the snow. It'd be nice to have a little bit of shimmer. So yeah, got that one. Hopefully we'll get done in Coco Wyo's Cozy Cuties. Now, Comfy Days by Coco Wyo. I thought, right, I'll go through and I will tag every single Christmas page. And then I started doing that and then realised, oh my gosh, there is an awful lot of Christmas pages in here, which I've never realised before, which is ridiculous, really, because when you look at the cover, there is a Christmas tree, there's a gingerbread man, there is a lot of Christmassy things, but the penny hadn't dropped before, to be honest, that it is like a very Christmassy book, which I don't know, I've obviously just not really paid attention to the front cover before. So I've picked out, I've only picked out two, I think. So pick this one out as an option where they're having their dinner all together. So that looks so cute. They're all nice and cozy inside, and then there's all that snow outside. And then I've also picked that one out where they're making the snow bunny, but there is an awful lot of other options. They're basically, most of them are I mean, I say most of them are Christmassy. Obviously, that one isn't Christmassy. That's obviously the front cover with all the Christmas things on. That looks more birthday. That's got the Christmas tree. There's definitely another few there, you know, Christmas tree, making the Christmas cookies. There's definitely quite there, sending the letter off to Santa. There is a lot of Christmassy pages in this book. So might not get both of those done. It might be that there's only one. And I think if I only get one done, it will probably be this one, I think, where they're having having their meal all together, because I think that one looks really cute. But yeah, possibly might get a couple more done depending on how time goes. So we'll see. Now I've realised it is very much a Christmas book with a few pages that aren't Christmas. How would I not notice that before? Like, please tell me I'm not the only person to have not really noticed that this was Christmassy, because how would I not notice? I am ridiculous that I've only just realised that. So another book that tends to come out every December, same as Johanna's Christmas, is A Million Christmas Cats by John Bigwood. So I've got quite a few done in this one now. And again, handed it over to my daughter and said, pick me a page. And she's picked this one here with the sweet sleeping cat in the middle with the wreath. Now, I know I've used quite a few different mediums in this book before, watercolours, graphitin pencils, all sorts, and everything's always been fine. So, might use some watercolour paints possibly on the baubles, as long as I use a fine brush. I don't know what pencils I'll use yet, but yeah, I think that'll look really pretty. I'll just probably go for quite a traditional colour palette, you know, red and green probably. But yeah, it's just so cute, isn't it? But yeah, I've got quite a few done in here now. Then this is my favourite pages though out of the whole book, where I've coloured it as our cats as best as I could. I think I did this about 3 years ago now, if not longer. So we've got Figaro, Luna's our eldest, Monty. So Figaro and Monty are brothers. Monty's an absolute beast. He is an absolutely massive cat, but he is also the most gentle cat you could ever hope to come across. Figaro's his brother, and he's teeny tiny. I think he must have been the runt of the litter because he's just so small in comparison to his brother. And then we've got Amiga over there, who was our very first cat that me and my husband got, and sadly he's no longer with us. But yeah, we've got them all there. So if you've ever looked at my channel memberships, that's where the names of the different levels come from, is from our cats. Going from Figaro, Monty, Luna up to the Amiga level, because, you know, he's our angel baby, so he had to be included. So yeah, that's the page that I'm hoping to get done in this. Possibly might do another one as well, we'll see. There are some pages that are a little bit simpler. There's one somewhere where it's, there we are. Every year I think that'd be a quick one to do. And I love the expression on the cat's face, so you know, might sneak that one in as well, depending on how time goes. Then we've got the 2 new Maria Troll books as well that I'm hoping to get coloured in. Obviously we've got the Christmas one, so I'll probably colour in this one first before I start working in this one. But I thought in the seasonal one, the seasons one, picked out one of the Christmas pages, because obviously there's quite a few kind of wintry, Christmassy kind of pages, and I just love this one. It's the expression on the little fox's face that does it for me. I just thought it just looked so cute as well with Santa and the reindeer, and probably won't take too long to colour, because I mean it's not overly detailed, is it? So you know, hopefully it'll be relatively quick to do. But there was quite a few that I nearly picked that one as well, and I thought actually I could do that one in January if I wanted to, whereas this one, you know, it's Santa and the reindeer, so to me this is more a December page. So yeah, that's the one I'm hoping to get done out of this gorgeous book by Maria Troll. So I have got flip throughs of this one and this one up on the channel. I've got them both from iMusic. I've bought from iMusic quite a few times, and they package books beautifully. They've always turned up in absolutely immaculate condition. So if you've ever wondered about buying from iMusic and you've not been sure, you know, postage is pricey, but you know, even to post something just within the UK is actually surprisingly expensive. So for the distance it's going and how well they're packed, I don't think it's too bad really. So we've got the Christmas one here by Maria Troll, and settled on this page in the end. So I thought it was quite sweet. You know, we've got a few little characters on the page, and then the cozy fireplace. It is single-sided, so I might well try alcohol markers on here and see how they go. Because it is quite fine line art, but then so is the Lulu Mayo's House of Wonders. That's got quite fine line art. Alcohol markers worked absolutely fine on that, so long as you're careful on how close you take your marker to the line. Like I found it fine in that book, so hopefully I will in this too, and then it'll mean it's relatively quick to do. I probably will do some shading though and try and attempt to add a bit of a glow effect where the fire is. And hopefully might get another page or two done in this one, because with it being the Christmassy book, I mean there's the odd page where it's wintry but not Christmassy like this one, but there is definitely a lot that are very much more Christmas. I mean, I do love that one. It's definitely one of my favourite pages out of the whole book. And again, this one is more wintry, I'd say, than Christmassy. So, you know, that could be a January page. But hopefully I might get another page done in here in December, even if I pick one of the really simple pages. But we'll see. I nearly picked that page actually as well. So it could be that one that I do after. But we'll see. You know, I've got all these plans, and then, you know, it's going to be December and I'm going to be buying presents, wrapping presents, and probably not going to have enough hours in the day. So, you know, we'll see. You'll have to check back in January for my December completed page video and see if I actually managed to tackle all of these books. I mean, my buddy colours, yes, they'll be done first. Obviously, some will be done on live streams. But yeah, I might still be being a little bit ambitious, but we'll see, you know. May also have a bit of time in the Christmas holidays to do a bit of colouring as well, obviously. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got to the end, perhaps you could pop a little love heart in the comments and let me know which book out of these is your favourite. Obviously, if you'd like to do a buddy colour on a page that I've already mentioned, please get in touch, because, you know, if it's a page I'm going to do anyway, it would be lovely to do it as a buddy colour, because then, you know, it's not changing my plans, but it's just making my plans a bit more interesting if I'm buddying with somebody. So thank you so much for watching. Obviously, please click that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. It is very much appreciated. So take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.